Hi everybody, Sanbonani. Welcome to my channel. Please do make sure that you are subscribed to this channel and also like the video before Pumegona. There is a membership also on this channel, you guys. Both the channels have membership. All of my channels actually, except for Raising Simposeto. Make sure that you join a membership or two, okay? It's very cheap. But you are very important when you join as a member. So I want to talk about Mnakwethu, you guys. Mnakwethu, is it season 4 that we are in and episode 2? Okay, what's happening here? Okay, kune-drama ending apha. So Samantha is back, ukamazbugo, who is supposed to be Kondanisa's wife. We are going to use the word wife carelessly on this show because that's what they do too. But honestly, you guys, none of these people are wives because abanye abalotsholile, abanye balotsholwa ngenkomo eyodwa eziwu-2. Yabona njena ingxova nje. But to make things easy, we will call them the wives. So Samantha was talking to her aunt about, I guess, her relationships. So Samantha is an interesting one because when the show began, I remember thinking, when she appeared on Umnawethu for the first time, I remember thinking, what is this girl doing on this whole thing? Okay, because she seemed like a very intelligent girl, the girl that could be one of those very independent, and I cannot do this table kind of a situation. So I've always wondered, how did Samantha end up in this situation? So that first episode when Samantha appeared, it presented her as just that girl that all of us were like, what is she doing here? When she was the one that Ukondanesa was asking his wife, Umamchunu, to take as the second wife, okay? After that, you guys, everything went like this for Samantha because uvelenje wakuka. Sometimes, you guys, relationships be making us look old, okay? Sometimes, our relationships will be making even our eyebrows look weird, okay? Will be making us gain weight, lose weight, all kinds of stuff, okay? So even with Samantha, the relationship with Kondanisa obviously was dead for her because now that she's kind of out, I say kind of out because sometimes some of the things she said on this scene really confused me. She looks better. The last 2 seasons, Samantha did not look good, okay? And so she's talking to her aunt. And what was interesting is that at the beginning of the episode, in the diary, she introduces herself. She says she is Samantha and she is Kondanisa's second wife. I'm like, okay. Funny because this season is all about them saying they are not Kondanisa's wives. They've walked away from a relationship, but both of them, Momamchunu and Samantha, are introducing themselves as Kondanisa's wives. So it's like, girls, what's happening here? Have you walked away or have you not walked away? Also, Samantha, when she's having a conversation with her aunt, she is talking about possibilities of getting back with Condonis. I'm like, girl, you've walked away. You've even gained weight nicely. You look nice. You look clean. Because last season, guys, it was something else. You look nice. You look clean. Her hair is on point. She's got natural hair, but long natural hair. Like you look like you're getting back to yourself. Why would you want to go back to that relationship? Okay, the fact that you look more beautiful out of a relationship tells you something. Tells you that you should stay away from, stay out of this relationship. So she's talking about that. There are possibilities, you guys, that they are kind of forced to do that, like pretend to want to get back with Ukondanisa only because they are doing a show with him. Now, you guys, the aunt was also confused by the situation because remember, last season we found out that Samantha, the baby that she had was not Kondanisa's. It was Diaz's baby, this guy that she lived with in this house. They were supposed to be roommates. It ended up being them making a baby together. Okay, so Kondanisa found that out and it became a thing. Okay, obviously it will become a thing for anybody. Now, you guys, she is saying to the aunt, what would happen if I decided to get back together with Kondanisa? In the same conversation, she mentions that she already has a boyfriend that looks better than Diaz. Like if confusion was a person, it would be Samantha. Okay, you have a baby with someone else. You have I have another boyfriend now. The DNA said the baby is not Kondanisa, but you are out here trying to convince us that you are considering getting back together with him. Girl, like, stop. Okay? you know? So, and then in the data session, towards the end of the scene, she says, people think that I'm joking when I say I'm done with Kondanisa, but I'm really, really done with Kondanisa. I'm like, no, you're not, because you just told your aunt and gave your auntie this whole thing of what if me and Kondanisa got back together. So obviously you're not, going your separate ways. So yeah, you guys, now remember that last season the aunt had gone to see the Kondanisa's family, and there was conflict, and Kondanisa ended up calling auntie Ikati lase rank in when he was having a conversation with his brothers. So auntie wants Kondanisa to buy ibhodlela likagologo to sort of gather her for that situation, like crazy things, you guys. And then Samantha is also saying that because the baby is Diaz's, then Diaz has, whoever is Diaz's partner must know that she will always be part of Diaz's life. Like, that's why I'm saying that if confusion was a person, it would be Samantha, because not only is she confused, but she's confusing us as the viewers, because it's like, girl, are you in or out really? What is happening here? The good thing about Samantha is that she looks good, like I said. And also, apparently she has this container now. I think she sells food in the container. So I think even that, you guys, like doing something for yourself is good. But I question the container thing, because you remember last year, there was a container that we were shown last year that they had mentioned is not actually Samantha. So I hope that now she owns that container. Now remember, over and above Samantha and Mamkunu being the wives, Baka Kondanisa and Kondanisa wanting to take the third wife, there was another girl that was pregnant who was Samantha's cousin, pregnant by Kondanisa. Apparently the baby is here. Okay. She's given birth. I don't know if we're going to see her on the show, but she does tell the aunt that the baby has already arrived. Now we go back to Dulas. Okay. Dulas has Umamhlongo, has Umashos. Mamhlongo was actually came before Mashos, but Mashos was Lobolot first. So now Mashos, for some reason, thinks she's the most important thing now on earth because she was Lobolot first. Like, there's no difference, okay? You still with the man that is ridiculous and disrespectful. So Dulas has Umamhlongo, no Mashozi. Then we are introduced to Mashezi now. Okay, there is Tapsile Shezi that says that she's been with she's been with Dulas since 2019. So basically, when they did season 3, we never saw Tapsile, but she was part of Dulas's life already. I kind of feel like, you guys, with Dulas, like every street corner, he has a girlfriend that he calls his wife. I don't know, emakhaya akukho ama-street corner sizothini, every gquma, every hill nje. Every hill you pass by, Kondanisa has a wife. Every every river, you cross a river, Kondanisa has a wife. You cross a road, Kondanisa has a wife. You know, Isdindi, Sigachani, Kondanisa has a wife. I feel like that. But I'm just like looking at Dulas like, what is it? What is it? We need to understand. Here, this is another research topic, guys, because why are these girls so crazy about not Kondanisa, man? But Kondanisa too. Dulas and Kondanisa are actually one thing. Dulas, Dulas has a girl everywhere, and she calls all of these girls wives, okay? So Tapsila is joining the group now because she's the one that, like, guys, every season, Dulas introduces a new person that is going to be the new wife to Mashos Nomamhlong. Because Mashos Nomamhlongo have been the ones that have been with him the longest. Now, Tapsila says she's ready to be introduced. They were just meeting, like, the two of them. So then she asked the question, okay, now that you are going to introduce me to Mashozi Noma Mhlongo Uzongondla yini? I was like, I don't know, guys. I guess we take umshado as different things because I feel like introduce kwakhe to the two for her is like umshado. So now she's asking the shadow questions, which is uzongodla yini. Okay, I was like, take care of yourself, girl. That's good, I guess. And she was talking about owning a driving school. So I was like, I wasn't understand whether she said she wants to go to driving school to she wants Dulas to pay for the driving school so she can learn to drive, or she wants to own a driving school. Okay, I didn't understand that. Okay, but good for her if she wants to own a driving school. But I guess even if she wanted to learn to drive, that's still good. Okay. So there is a Tapsile we introduced to the beautiful Tapsile that is also joining the WhatsApp group Dulas. Okay. Now we also meet Mamhlongo's sister, who just came to talk to her about how they were hurt about the fact that they had seen everything that went on with her on TV. Remember last season, Dulas bought a car wash and said that it belonged to Mamhlongo, but it looked like it really was just his car wash, all of that, and they had fought on TV and all of that. So she was saying, the big sister was saying that they, as the family, they had seen all of that on TV. So she wanted to talk to her about it. Okay. Now with Mamhlongo, you guys, she has gone through a lot. She actually has a very good storyline this season because she's gone through a lot. Apparently, she's lost recently lost two of her brothers. One brother, she says, went to work and never came back. I'm not understanding whether she means that they never buried the brother, like he's missing. But they were talking as if he passed away, so he went to work and never came back. But what happened to him, they don't say. The second brother was actually SHOT, by somebody. So she's lost two brothers. Plus, remember, she was pregnant and she says that she had a miscarriage. Now, here's the thing. And I know that most people in my comment section last week said that they believed Mamhlongo when she says that she had a miscarriage because you can see it in her face that she is going through pain. And I watched for this episode and I was like, yeah, I can see what they're talking about. But sometimes now that I know that she's lost two of her brothers, I don't know if the pain is just because she lost the two brothers or it's a miscarriage too, because I kind of feel like I'm not sure about this miscarriage. Also, in this episode, she confused me even more because she said she was talking about Dulas and Dulas and all of them, and then she ends up saying, at least now says Ziluzovela Ekaya, but the only reason is Ziluzovela Ekaya. The only reason Dulas paid Lobolo is because he thought I was pregnant, but I'm not pregnant, and I didn't tell him that I had a miscarriage. She said. So this is what confused me because Uti, Dulas paid Lobolo because he thought I was pregnant. She doesn't say Dulas paid Lobolo because I was pregnant. So that's the thing that makes me feel like I am not sure about this miscarriage, but yeah, we're going to watch and see. So Dulas paid Lobola because he thought she was pregnant, but now she's not. She said she had a miscarriage, and then she said she did not tell Dulas about a miscarriage. I don't understand, you guys, why she's not telling Dulas. Because at some point you're going to have to show, and it's going to look like you've been lying the whole time now. If you say that you are not pregnant after a long time now of just keeping quiet, okay? Anyway, you guys, yes, so that's what we found out about Umamhlongo. It was good to see her interact with her sister. I think that you guys, they have a lovely, loving relationship. And also it's good to add other people to the mix when it comes to this show, because then it's us just watching Dulas no Kondanisa no Changas. Okay, Changas Changas is an addition of one of the most disrespectful people. I thought that he was going to be a little bit sweet and more respectful. No. So that's what went on with Mamhlongo and her sister. Then we see Umakoti Kanchangase, the new addition to the cast, and the sister-in-law Unsigi came to see her. So they were having like a sit down with Usquiza. Okay, being Usquiza is a very my stomach. So it's very complicated because obviously, okay, now they are friends with the Squeezer. So Squeezer is the sister-in-law. They are friends, and so they were coming to update each other because the sister did not know that the two of them were going to do the show Mnakwethu. Saw the videos, confronted the brother to say, "So what the hell are you doing to Makoti?" All of that. But here's the thing, you guys. Okay. So Squeezer, from what she says, she did not know about them doing a show, so she did not know about number two. But she does say to Umakoti to say, but you have to understand what Mina, I'm a sister, I love my brother. So whoever he brings around, I have to be friendly to that person. So I want to prepare you for that, saying to Squeezer work, okay? And then Unchangase himself goes and meets his brother and talking about the whole situation. The brother also says, if family Yonke did not know that they were going to do the show and they did not know about number two and they did not know that he had gone and paid in Tlaolo. And I guess they are also going to say that they don't know that he has gone and paid Lobol. This is a scheme that Todd set up. Let me tell you why. From the streets. Okay, if you are going to go and hlawula somebody, leo mali izophuma ekhaya nje emagcekeni emsamo most of the time. Okay, so I feel like the family knows about number two. They knew about number two before the show. They might not have known that Unchangase was going to go do the show, but they knew about number two. They knew about number two. They knew about the baby. They knew about the Mahlaulo. And right now they know about Umcel. There is no way. Those people are playing with this with this girl. But I am saying it's a scheme that Todd set up because I think that they do like Jangase's wife. And they don't want her to feel like not only was she betrayed by him, but she was betrayed by the whole family. So I think that they, as a family, they just agreed that, listen, you are going to say that we don't know because we don't want to be part of the mess. Okay. But I feel like there's no way and the family is not going to know. They know. So then you guys, anyway, she ended up saying to Squeezer Wike that, you know what, the good thing about this is that I don't have a child yet. So if I decide to walk away from this relationship, it's just me, which I think is the best thing ever. Someone else might say it's a negative that she doesn't have a child because maybe if she had a child, then Changase wouldn't want to take a second wife. And I'm like, no. These disrespectful guys will just find a way. You can have 16,000 kids. They will say that they want 17,000 kids and they will take another wife. Or they would say, when they are at your house, there's too much noise now with those 16,000 kids. So now they want a wife where they can have some quiet in the house when they are with her. So it does not matter, okay? But I do feel like she's making a good point to say, listen, you know, I guess it was a good idea for me to wait to have a child because now I do have an opportunity to make a different decision that is just going to affect me as a mom and it's not going to be affecting my child. Okay. But I don't think she's going to walk away. None of them ever do. Walking away from that way, I can't ask Mamchunu did the whole interview telling us she has walked away, but she's like back now. Now there was Dulas and Dulas was missing on my shows in the Mamhlongo for a date, and then they had like a back and forth. I guess they are beef for Mamhlongo no shows is that Mamhlongo came first, but Noma shows was the Lobola was paid first, and so now she's feeling like in Ngongo. She says, "Well, yimi in Ngongo la." Usebenzisa igama elisenqonqo kambe yes uthe yimi ingqonqo. It's mina. How does it help ukuba ingqondo? Naye uMamhlongo naye, why are you bothered ukuthi ingqondo? Because you guys are just in the same situation. You are with somebody that I don't know how they're doing it. Okay. So now, she says that Umamhlongo, I guess, thinks she's more important because when she fell pregnant, Dulas told Umashozi about it, about the pregnancy. Now, she says when Mashozi was pregnant, the Dulas never told them about her. So she must be important because he felt the need to tell Mashozi about the pregnancy, but Mashozi's pregnancy was never shared with nobody. Crazy stuff, okay? So now he introduces the idea, which there's another one coming, which is Umashezi Utapsile. He wants to introduce her to them, and Mashozi is not impressed, but Umamhlongwena is like, I don't even care, okay? I guess she feels like if you also came in, then another one can come in. Okay, what's the problem there? Anyway, you guys, we did see Umamchun no Samantha come together just to talk about the whole thing, Gakondanisa. And apparently, Kondanisa did an interview where he spoke to some journalists and told them that even though he's not with his wives, they still love him. And he says, and they were saying that it was wrong of him to do the interview, especially because he mentioned them in the interview and all of that, you guys. They are talking about themselves as if they have left the relationship. Umamchun was even saying that, you know what, she won't get back with Kondanisa because Kondanisa uzodla imali yakhe, which I think is right because I don't think Kondanisa really has any kind of formal employment except doing the show and the Maskandi that we never even hear even one song on radio. Okay. So I can see how he might have been taken care of by Umamchun when they were in a relationship. And remember that he wasn't even paying any of their rent, Samantha or Umamchun. So I can see it there. Okay. So then you guys, they just have a lovely time by the Samantha's container, eating fried and discussing Kondanesa, and because they have the same ex. Now, you guys, the interesting part was Unchangase meeting his brother because he was coming to seek advice from his brother about the whole thing because he hasn't told his first wife about the second wife having a baby. She found out on the show, and then now they're with Intlaulo, but they don't discuss Umcelo because number two. The brother was trying to tell him, no, you were wrong. Go to ungamtsheli about ingane, and also ungamtsheli go to that was wrong for you to do. He's saying this to Unchangase. Unchangase loses it. Like, it was the most immature exchange ever because what do you expect? Who is going to say to you, you are correct to not tell your wife that you have a baby? You are correct to not tell your wife who is going to say that? Obviously, if you talk to somebody and they care about you and care about your relationship, they are going to tell you that you are wrong to do that to your wife. But he couldn't take it because he wanted him to say what he wanted to hear. Now, it got to a point where the brother asked the question, does your wife hit you? And it came out of nowhere, that question. That's why I say the storyline is a scheme that Todd set up. I think everybody in the family already knows and I think in one of these episodes, we are going to see it. And so, when obviously he was triggered now when the brother asked the question, what's your action? But I suspect that they're going to use that as the excuse to say that's why Mchangaso wants to take another wife because when you are shy, we shy in daughter when. But because it's cutting now, I shop my daughter. Got again, I was shy. Instead, anovele ngithatha ama-suitcase lawa phezu ka-wardrobe nipakishe konke kwenu nihambe. Easy peasy. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before you're gonna share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Get it tender.